Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Evil Genius 2. We have hit a milestone of sorts, a story milestone, and if we proceed past a moment's calm, progressing beyond this point may result in lost side story opportunities, which means we need to get as much loot as we can now. So there are several things we can do. We have 2 pieces of loot here, but we also need to recruit Eli in order to get a specific piece of loot. So let's get him first. That way we can also get ourselves a second henchman for any future combat. It's time to turn your one-time rival into an asset, but before you can use him, you must take drastic steps to restore his battered reputation and rewrite his legend.
Side story begun.
No cutscene, so we will get to work on that. The other thing I'm going to do, and I will time-lapse that... Wait, what? Capture Eli from the world well, where the tits is he? Hold on a minute. Oh, he's over here? What's he doing in Greenland? Okay, I need to have a level 2, so we're going to destroy this one and start setting up over here. So, the other thing I'm going to do, and I will time-lapse it because I know you all like time-lapsing, is we are going to move the power room and the vault up to the 2nd floor. We'll also tear down this inner sanctum, and because of the way my timer works, I don't always time it right when I do time lapses, so this episode might be a little longer than a half hour, but you all can deal with that, and I'm sure won't mind. So anyway, let me... Alright, right now I'm just clearing objective markers, or notifications rather, just to get them out of the way. So... let's see. We may as well do it now. So I've got some music that you may or may not like. So let's do some base rebuilding, shall we? Okay, the problem with having that large of a build order
power.
is we're going to have a lot of power and money problems for a hot second. And that's okay. We just have to tolerate it while everything gets done. So, that will not be the final place for some of these rooms. So in my previous run with Polar, I had the vault in such a place where when Symmetry and other rogues teleport into the base, they had to then walk into the hallways that I had trapped, and that worked extremely well. I don't know if I'll mimic that again.
These are their best fighters? Jubei will destroy them.
Thank you, Jubei. But it certainly worked, and it's something for me to keep in mind. For now, I think just this part should be okay. We are very low on money, so what I'm going to be doing is running... Ooh, I can't because we're out of power as well. Uh-oh! That's going to be a problem. I'm sure this will all work out. It'll just take a few minutes for everything to get kind of organized, but I'm sure we'll get it fixed. I suppose the fact that I can't even run schemes is the main problem, so what I should have done is left minimal power elsewhere. So we're going to shut down... Oh god, those only cost 2 each? Oh man. Alright, what is draining... Okay, those are 5 each. The intel gathering machines are 2 each. Since I'm making such a large change to the base, I'm going to shut down all of my criminal networks for the moment. Now, the downside to doing that is we're not getting any passive money, but I don't think we were getting any passive money to begin with, since everything is down. So I have slightly screwed myself here because I did not factor in that the moves I made would shut everything down. So what I'm doing now is I'm just quickly making some minor changes to put some power generators back in the lower power room. This is going to require a little bit of time on the part of my minions, but it's not a huge deal. But this will allow me to at least run minimal schemes to get some cash while the rest of this is happening. And that should give me enough time and money to get everything else organized. You'll notice I am not putting the aircon units back down here. So my power generators will be damaged, but that's fine. This is just a temporary stopgap while I fix my slightly too aggressive thought process. Oh man, maybe I should have thought ahead a little bit more before doing this. Well, since I've royally screwed this up, I have noticed something interesting, that the optional objectives have suddenly become easier. That is, now I just have to train deception minions, train muscle minions, scout a few places, build prison tiles. Interesting that the game dynamically changes those optional objectives to give me a little bit of cash so I don't completely screw myself. It's okay. I actually don't mind that that happened. I mean, it sucks, but you know what? I made an error, and I should be punished for making said error. And boy howdy am I being punished right now. It's nothing I won't be able to recover from, but it is something that's going to take me a minute to kind of untangle. I have too many minions who are confused and low morale, as you can see there. I need to get the soldiers happy again so they actually leave and go... Oh, I kind of figured that dude would have to run a mission. Anyway, I need to get the soldiers going because the soldiers are getting my money at the moment. I was hoping to pop one of the intel costing money missions, but they haven't shown up yet, which is a bit of a problem. So, really, I knew that this was going to cost me just a crap ton of cash. The preview said as much. That isn't my concern. I just didn't factor in that everything was going to shut down at once, even though I know better. I know everything was going to shut down at once. I shouldn't have done it that way, and yet I did it.
Yes.
So anyway, we're working exclusively in Hammer because, again, I'm just trying to get Olga in play. And once we get our power situation fixed and I get Eli dealt with, then I believe I'll be able to stabilize the base, especially because I'll have $100,000 just from finishing that mission off. But like here you're seeing the problem. We're running into being unable to pay anybody, and they made the penalty for that much more severe after one of the patches, which I think is a good thing. I screwed up, like I said, and I should pay for it, and I am paying for it. That is an acceptable trade-off. However, now comes the challenge of how to fix it, and when we fix it, or how we fix it, is we just kill a bunch of minions, and then that way it gets the morale up of everybody else who's in the vicinity. So, may not be the cleanest way to do this, but, you know, bullets are pretty cheap. My 7th and 8th grade basketball team, the coach there, had an excellent suggestion when it came to basketball possession. He said, don't stop dribbling the ball until you know what you're going to do with it. Or maybe he said don't pick up the ball until you know what you're going to do with it. So, that's what I should have done with the power. You shouldn't shut down the power until you know where they are going to be moved to. I shouldn't have given that full order. I should have ordered the power room built, then waited until it was built, then moved all the power generators. But hopefully I remember that for next time. I probably won't, but hopefully I do. Okay, we've got the base recovered well enough. We're at $76,000, which is not ideal. I had lowered the numbers of a lot of my minions long enough to get some recovery going. Okay, now we're going to capture Eli from the world stage, which means setting up over here in Greenland. Looks like X is over there, so we're going to have to deal with him too, but so it goes. X has not been that much of a threat. Now that I have the base re-secure, that should be fine. So with that change, I have a little bit of room to expand the power room this way. I'm not going to leave this as the permanent gold spot. I've decided that. There's not a lot of room here, interestingly. This is a kind of tough place to set up. There's a tiny bit of dirt up here, but most of this is going to require the level 3 and level 4 diggy-doos. And same with the basement, that requires some stronger stuff in order to get into. So we'll get that eventually. This just means we're going to have to be a little bit economical with the amount of space we've got here on the first floor, because I'm not going to have much of a choice otherwise, and it's not anything I can't handle. I assume I need level 2. Yeah. So, this will be fine. You know, I wonder if I should just trigger X to come here now, so I don't have to deal with him later. Well, no, it doesn't matter, because if I trigger him now, I wonder if I trigger him, does that mean he comes in with weaker people? I've never experimented with that. Let's see.
Agent X, here to turn your world upside down.
Let's lure him, and now we just have to find him. I can't wait to get the auto-tagging for killing and capturing. Ooh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're all poor quality. Interesting. So I bet if I lure them, then they show up in weaker forms, which explains the advantage of doing so. Okay. Scheme completed. So we'll destroy... You know what? I'll leave that up just so I've got the idle money coming in. So I need to perform a heist. Oh, never mind. I'll have to shut it down so I can get that one. Okay, not a problem. We'll get the next step done, and one step closer to getting Eli permanently. I want you all to remind me in the comments to lure my targets, the super agents again, and keep sort of an eye on how strong their underlings are. Because if that is the advantage to luring targets, super agents rather, then I need to do that more often, especially Olga, because as I mentioned before, Olga herself is not exceptionally strong, but when she shows up with 5 exceptional level soldiers, that is what will tear through my entire base and will become a problem. There's X again, and you can see this is the scheme I need to run. Let's try luring him again. Let's see if he shows up with a bunch of pores again.
Truth and justice, locked and loaded.
Let's see, where are you? Well, there's X himself.
I need Agent X Fop. A wise.
Let me serve you a two-fisted helping of justice.
Oh, shut up.
Feel my wrinkled fist.
Okay, well, there you are. Where's your buddies? I saw that there were a bunch of people who showed up here. Yeah, that's Hammer. That's not even that's not even his people. Not even sure where they are. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's see if they're poor quality. Yep, they're all poor quality, so that's what it is.
But Agent X never misses a trick.
So that's what I need to do. If I lure them, they probably all show up super weak. Now, I wonder if that'll change throughout the campaign, so like maybe in late game, if I lure a target, they're just normal instead of exceptional or something like that. But either way, however you slice it, it seems that when you lure a super agent, their underlings are weak, which is excellent. That is good to know. Hey, look, we're 15 minutes in, so let's do a mid-roll, and when we're back, we should have Julius Bird kidnapped, and we should get Eli.
Task complete.
Arrival has become an asset in your plans, a good result for all, mostly you.
I'm impressed, Mr. Barracuda. You've delivered on your promises to me better than my own minions could.
That's a low bar. Can't be surprised when I hop right over it.
Rude, but not inaccurate.
You'll find I don't tolerate arrogance in my subordinates. Nonetheless, my organization could use your skills.
That's what I like to hear. We're gonna make a whole lot of money together.
And much more than that, Mr. Barracuda. So much more.
All right. So now that he's with us, yup, we have with liberty and justice for you. As your operations ramp up, a giant statue representing freedom and justice feels pretty antithetical to the world you're creating. You should do something about that.
I've absolutely had it with that smug, condescending woman. Whenever I look at her face, I want to scream.
Wrecking Bola?
Who are you talking about, boss?
Nisi?
Lady Liberty. She stands there with her torch and her book, while the rest of us are out here in the real world.
Normally I'd ask if you wanted me to rough her up for you, but I don't know how to fight a statue.
No, we won't fight her. We'll steal her. Or at least as much of her as we can fit in my office.
Okay. So while I do that, I'm also going to move this around. What the hell? Oh, come up with the plan. Got it. Done. Okay. So I'm going to move a little bit around. I kind of don't like the brainwasher kind of right there in front of the door, so I'm going to move a few of these things around to make myself happier. It's not going to be interesting enough for me to keep for the final cut of the video, but that's what I'm going to be doing, just in case the base starts to look a little different. I've made some minor adjustments in the base to double our data bank capacity. We also have doors leading here. I don't know if that's going to cause me problems, but they are high-level doors rather than short-level doors. And what I was worried about was the minions were going to try to cut through, but they aren't. So that's good. They're not trying to cut through these doors in order to get here. I mean, maybe the scientists will, but this way, at least my minions and my evil genius and henchmen can pass through here pretty quickly. So that's working out so far. All right, so now all I have to do is steal the torch, I believe. That'll be another piece of loot.
Task complete.
Got myself a new Lady Liberty torch. All right, so the next thing, Troy's story, is the... Oh, that's not the one I thought it was. Never mind.
Cancelled.
But we need to get it. So, an intriguing record from an otherwise disappointing heist has you suddenly interested in revisiting the scene of a crime. No,
Side story begun.
no cutscene, but we've got ourselves some research to do, and at the moment I have researched everything I can research, so any research remaining is going to be story-based until we hit the next major story quest.
That warehouse we broke into was holding the original Trojan horse.
Oh, that is the one I wanted. I really like the Trojan horse because you get some extremely valuable schemes you can run for loads of cash.
What? How is that possible? Why didn't you notice it the first time?
We didn't know what we were looking at. It was just, I don't know, a bunch of wood.
You fool! That bunch of wood could gain us access to every closed door in the entire world! Fortunately, I know how to get it out of that fortress. Tell me, have you ever read the Iliad?
Steal the horse from the world stage.
Task complete.
New loot item is secure in our lair, except I need to move it from its current location. No cutscene. So I kind of stuck it here because we know what's going to happen with it.
Order you to load what to do.
Hold on a minute. Let me get over here and break these jerks' disguises.
I want that intruder grabbed. You can come with us.
Shit. Well, I didn't mean to piss everybody off. I misclicked a bunch of things.
In my lair,
This is fine.
find them and we'll leave what
You alright, Max? Max is gonna be fine. Alright, let's just... Oh, never mind. I was gonna get the henches over here, but all the muscle minions see what's going on, so we'll be alright. Anyway,
best fighters?
I only stuck this here because I know that there's a bunch of enemies who pour out of it, so I decided to make life easier on myself and just put it right in the middle of everything. So now, let's expand the training room 2 tiles, and then we can relocate... Actually, 4 tiles? Is that what I need? We can relocate the horse here for now. Oh, no, I did mean to. Okay, there we go. So we'll get that done. Okay. Next thing on the list is... Just clearing notifications here. Next loot is going against the grain. Do you ever wish you could turn back time? No? How about slow it down instead? Find the legendary Sands of Time and use their power to help you.
You, tell me about the sands of time.
Well, some say time is like a river, but I know different. It's a bunch of sand in a large hourglass.
I know what they are, you imbecile, but what I want to know is how do I get my hands on them?
They're an ancient and mysterious artifact, missing for centuries. Tracking them down will be difficult.
Well, you better get started, because if you don't find them, your time might just run out.
Okay. So we need to complete a research project and do some stuff on the world stage. Easy peasy.
A scheme has succeeded.
The new loot item is secure in my lair. Before I cash that in, I have positioned Max over here. Well, I don't know why you guys are fighting. They're tagged at... Well, whatever. I think everyone's going to be fine. I may as well cash that in. And that. Going against the grain. Got it. No cutscene. Okay, next. Well... I don't know what to do. Because... You know, I suppose we could get the 4 advanced minions, and I just won't finish the main story quest until we have all the loot we need. Let me check the wiki also. Okay, this may appear a bit fuzzy, and you can't see my cursor for some reason, but... So, going down the list here of the loot items, we can't get Mishka. That is only for Ivan. We have the number 2 memorial statue. We have the Declaration of Independence. We have the flying pig. We have the maple syrup dispenser. We have the meteor. We do not have Sword in the Stone. That's the one that requires Olga. We do have the Sands of Time. We do have Statue of Liberty's torch. Okay, so we've got everything that unlocks in Chapter 4 on back. So for Sword, other than Sword in the Stone. So Sword in the Stone, Atomic Olga has appeared on the world map or play as Emma, and main objective 4 has not completed, which is what we're currently on. So I need to get Olga to appear on the world stage. By the way, I'm going to put a link to this in the video description. I'm going to do that retroactive to all the episodes. That way you can see this table as well. And then there's also DLC loot further down the page. Oh, there's so much loot. So here, the only thing is there's a lot of question marks. So there's the Australium. That's to get Pyro. Fountain of Youth. Criminal Network and all Smash Republics. Maybe I should do all of these as well. Oh yeah, especially since they expire. So we should get these as well. Induction Chair, Last Side, Story of a Spectro Story. Oh man, so there's a lot to do here that I need to get done. The Nautilus. How do I do this? Question mark. Oh, this wiki is not fully helpful. So we have John Steele's defeat and Mr. Scruffles. Okay. So let's start working on the DLC loot then. I don't think this counts for the achievement, but I just want to get it done. So we have the Portal Pack ones, which will all pop together. The Oceans Campaign, Ruins of Atlantis. Those came late. I remember getting all of those in my Polar run. And the Australium. All right, well, we need to start somewhere. Let's chase Pyro for now, because that'll get us the Australium, and we can get the Fountain of Youth next, and then go from there. Oh, then we can get a Spectro. Okay, well, one thing at a time, me. Let's get the Australium, which means we need to start either join the red or join the blue team. It doesn't matter which. I'm going to join the red team just because I like red better than blue. Conflict breeds opportunity, and a long-standing battle between two brothers has presented the finest opportunity. Both are trying to secure a rare material known as Australium. Join one side of the conflict and steal some for yourself.
What do you know about Australium?
It's versatile, it can be adapted, and has a number of incredible effects on the human body. It's pretty much a miracle cure for everything, including poor engineering. It's legendary.
Reliable excavation demolition. Want us to steal some from? They say we can keep the extra.
That might actually put the boss in a good mood. Respond immediately. Tell them they can leave it to us.
And part of the reason I'm trying to hold off as long as I can before changing areas is I want to be able to piss off Olga as fast as I possibly can. Oh, never mind. We'll let that go to completion. This one I'll do, though, so I can get that. I'm hoping that doing more and more and more missions here in Hammer will get Olga to show up on the world stage, but if not, I'm not fully sure what we're going to do if I have a hard time limit on that. I think it said the Sword in the Stone expires on Chapter 5, so maybe if we don't get it here, we'll get it in the next chapter, but I hope I don't screw myself completely. When I do these episodes, though, I save after every episode, so if I do wind up screwing myself, I can always go backwards. It's just going to be kind of an issue if I only discover 30 episodes in that I screwed up back in episode 7, and then that's just going to make everything take longer. But I suppose I'll burn that bridge when I get there, or cross that bridge when I get there. Oh, do we have a fight back at the home base? Okay, well, that's going to be a problem. See, Hammer keeps coming, and they keep bringing soldiers, so I'm definitely pissing them off. So I don't know why Olga has not shown up yet, or what exactly I'll need to do to get her to trigger. I might look that up on the wiki as well. Oh, wait. We got her. She's shown up finally. Okay, let's immediately do a test and see if I lure her if she has poor level soldiers who show up. This is fantastic. So now that she's there... Yes, there it is, the once and future thing. That is what we needed. Okay, so after that, all we're going to need is to clean up the DLC, which is still going to take a minute, but at least we've got that one secured, and we'll be able to go from there. But I am out of time for this episode, so we're going to have to see how Olga responds to the next one, and hopefully get things going. But so far, I'm on pace. I've gotten all the loot for the main game, other than that Sword in the Stone, but now we've unlocked it, so things are going all right. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.